and he just kind of had to throw it away. It's kind of remarkable how little he looks out there, by the way, but I guess we kind of knew that. But, I mean, it was bootleg after bootleg, but the Eagles seemed pretty prepared for that, and there'd be nobody there, and he would just kind of chuck it, and there were a decent amount of incompletions that I saw.
You were the third round pick. I need you to go out there and show me why you were the third round pick. That's it.
That's what you want to see.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Look.
Hey, I wish him nothing but the best, but I want to see it.
Throw it away. It's kind of remarkable how little he looks out there, by the way, but I guess we kind of...
Breaking news from the Browns' joint session with the Eagles. Dillon Gabriel, expected to step up as the backup, is failing to deliver. His calculated attempt to keep Sanders off the field is rapidly falling apart. Under immense pressure, Gabriel has struggled to handle the heat from the Eagles' defense. In fact, his performance has been disastrous. With 4 sacks out of 5 attempts, his chances to shine have been completely wiped out. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite Gabriel's struggles, Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski has still chosen him to take the second spot in training, putting him ahead of Shedeur Sanders. This move comes amidst rumors of an alleged injury to Sanders, but it's clear that Sanders is feeling the pressure. Will Gabriel rise to the challenge, or will the mounting tension create even more problems for the Browns? Let's dive in.
It seemed like a lot of bootlegs, and a lot of bootlegs where nobody was really open, and he just kind of had to throw it away.
In an off-camera joint training session with the Eagles, Dillon Gabriel's performance was far from impressive, with Ross being the one to break the news. Tucker pointed out that despite all the preseason hype, Shedeur Sanders looked smaller than expected. Under pressure from the defense, he struggled to maintain control of the ball, and his size seemed to hinder his ability to make accurate throws. The running backs also failed to find any momentum. The conclusion is clear. Sanders still has a lot to prove if he's going to earn his spot as the Browns' solution. Meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel's struggles are becoming more apparent, raising questions about whether he can handle the pressure from the Eagles or if he's only on the field because of Stefanski's decision. While it's still too early for a final verdict, the signs aren't promising. His inability to perform under pressure has many questioning if Gabriel is truly the answer the Browns are looking for, leaving the team with more questions than answers. But before making any conclusions, let's take a closer look at the numbers he posted during the joint sessions. Gabriel had just 5 reps in the session, completing only 1 pass and getting sacked 4 times. That's a dismal 20% completion rate during training. If he can't perform there, what can we realistically expect when the games start counting? Stefanski made the call to pull Shedeur and make Gabriel the focal point, but right now, it looks like Gabriel is heading toward failure. If that happens, Shedeur will likely get another opportunity. Until then, Stefanski better prepare for the fallout from the upcoming game, because with Shedeur sidelined, Dillon just isn't the answer.
I can't imagine there's many people that think Dillon Gabriel's a better quarterback than Shedeur Sanders. I don't care where they were drafted. And if the Browns are the one team that thinks that, then I'm going to suspect it's not true. They don't know what they're doing.
They've been on every quarterback evaluation for 30 years.
Right.
I never root against anybody.
Yeah.
But I'd be surprised if Dillon Gabriel's ever a legitimate starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Despite his struggles, Gabriel remains optimistic and eager for his first NFL start. He's confident and stated that he's ready to step up, promising a great game ahead. While his training performance may raise concerns, Gabriel is determined to prove himself when the real action kicks off.
Yeah, I don't want to give you the cliche answer and say I'm extremely excited, but as you can imagine, it's my first time, so it'll be a lot of fun being able to, get around a new team and compete against a new team, different from college in that way, and excited for, just another opportunity.
While Gabriel insists he's ready, the truth is he's far from it. The answer is clear. No, he's not ready. Gabriel hasn't just had a few bad training sessions. His performance has been consistently inconsistent, even with more chances than Shedeur Sanders. Gabriel was given every opportunity to step up, especially with Shedeur sidelined. So, how did he perform? In the past, when Shedeur wasn't on the field, Gabriel completed just 11 out of 22 reps. That's a 50% completion rate when all the attention was on him. No competition from Shedeur, no excuses, just him in the spotlight. And he couldn't deliver. Let's be honest, how can anyone seriously argue that Dillon Gabriel is the one to lead this team? How can you trust someone with such inconsistency when Shedeur Sanders is right there, fully healthy, focused, and performing every time? And if you thought Gabriel's struggles were just a fluke, think again. This isn't a bad day. It's a pattern. Take day 8 of camp, for example, one of his worst performances. Out of 14 reps, he completed only 3 passes. But the real shocker? He missed 11 passes by wide margins. That's not rust or nerves. That's a recurring issue. From the very first snap, the defense had Gabriel figured out. They read him like an open book, and he had no answers. The rhythm, awareness, and precision simply weren't there. As his struggles continued, the gap between him and Shedeur Sanders became even more obvious. On the other hand, Stefanski mentioned that Sanders' recovery might take a little longer than usual, stressing the need for caution due to the involvement of a key muscle group. However, the way he phrased his comments and the brief pause in his delivery only raised more suspicions. Every word seemed carefully selected, as if he was avoiding saying something outright. That cautious tone has made it harder to believe we're getting the full story, leaving the sense that there's more going on that Stefanski isn't ready or willing to reveal. At this point, how much longer can the coaching staff keep overlooking it?
If it's a right guard, you can play through that. When it's a quarterback, you kind of need that muscle to throw. So unfortunately, I'm going to put him down for a little bit here. We'll treat it day to day and see how he responds, but I want to be smart because he's a thrower, so you can't push it.
For Stephen A., this wasn't just a football decision. It was politics at play. He argued that the timing couldn't be a coincidence, with ownership subtly shaping the narrative while Stefanski played the role of the public spokesperson. This had less to do with health or competition and more to do with control, ensuring Shedeur's momentum never reached a point where a tough decision would have to be made. The outcome? A calculated move that left fans questioning the motives, critics angry, and Stephen A. convinced the real story was right there for everyone to see.
We know how the game goes. But then he starts talking about the offense, right? 0 giveaways. Okay, this is when you're supposed to insert Shedeur, some fans think. Let's talk.
Okay, special team, Fuki, takeaway.
The situation with Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders is more than just a battle for the backup quarterback spot. It's become a focal point of controversy, uncertainty, and possible internal politics. Despite Gabriel's confidence and Stefanski's faith in him, his performance has been anything but reassuring. The lack of consistency, highlighted by poor completion rates and repeated struggles under pressure, paints a picture that leaves much to be desired. While it's understandable that Gabriel is given opportunities, the mounting evidence suggests he's struggling to rise to the occasion. The Browns are facing a crossroads, and their decision-making will have a significant impact on the team's future. At the same time, Sanders' recovery has become a point of contention. Stefanski's cautious comments and the careful wording only fuel suspicions, with some believing that there's more to the story than is being revealed. Whether it's an injury or something else at play, the secrecy surrounding Sanders' situation only adds to the mystery and leaves fans and analysts alike questioning what's really going on behind closed doors. The key takeaway here is that the Browns' coaching staff must decide whether to trust Gabriel to handle the pressure and deliver when it counts, or make a change before it's too late. In the midst of these struggles, there's no clear solution, and as Stephen A. Smith pointed out, this situation could be a calculated move that goes beyond football decisions. With tensions rising and the team's future on the line, the next few weeks will be critical for the Browns to sort out this quarterback dilemma, whether it's with Gabriel at the helm or a shift back to Sanders. What do you think of the situation with Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders? Do you believe Gabriel has what it takes to step up and lead the team? Or is he simply not ready for the pressure? Should Stefanski continue to give him the chance, or is it time to make a change? And what about Sanders? Are Stefanski's cautious comments about his recovery hiding something more? Is there an underlying story that we're not seeing? We'd love to hear your thoughts on the situation. Do you think the Browns are making the right call? Or are they setting themselves up for failure? Let us know in the comments.